Desmond Miles is a fictional character and the protagonist of the Assassin's Creed series of video games. He is a descendant of a long line of other assassins, including Aquilus, Altaïr Ibn-La'Ahad, Ezio Auditore da Firenze, Edward Kenway, and Ratonhnhaké. Copyright on. Miles is voiced by Nolan North and is modeled after Canadian fashion model Francisco Randez. Plot appearances. Assassin's Creed Desmond goes to New York and becomes a bartender. He lives under assumed names to protect himself. He uses only cash to hide his true identity, but is eventually tracked down by Abstergo and captured. Once inside Abstergo's facility, Desmond is forced to enter the Animus, a machine that allows him to relive the memories of his ancestors stored in his DNA under the watch of Abstergo's scientists Dr. Warren Vidic and Dr. Lucy Stillman. The scientists explain they are searching the memories of Desmond's ancestors, specifically those of Altaïr Ibn-La'Ahad, for specific information, which they refuse to disclose. Without much choice, Desmond agrees to help them. After recovering the information for which Vidic was searching, Abstergo's executives order Desmond to be killed. Lucy's quick thinking saves him. She persuades Vidic to keep him alive until they know he is of no further use. Upon returning to his room, Desmond, suffering from the bleeding effect, discovers the side effect has given him Altaïr's eagle vision. This allows him to discern friend from foe and to read cryptic messages written on walls and floors by Subject 16, another Animus subject that Lucy and Vidic occasionally mention. Assassin's Creed 2 Desmond escapes from Abstergo with the help of Lucy, who is an undercover assassin in Abstergo. He enters the Animus 2.0, supervised by Lucy and her team comprising Englishman Sean Hastings and American Rebecca Crane, to be quickly trained as an assassin via the bleeding effect. He goes into the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, an ancestor from the Renaissance. After successfully navigating Ezio's early memories, Desmond is extracted from the Animus to avoid the mental degradation that Subject 16 suffered as a side effect of the bleeding effect and spending too long in the Animus. Shortly after extraction, Desmond flashes back to one of Altaïr's memories, despite not being linked to the Animus. Desmond learns of Altaïr's lover Maria Thorpe, a former Templar used as a decoy by Robert de Sable. Copyright. As Altaïr leaves, Desmond wonders why he is not following the assassin. Instead he moves towards Maria and enters her womb, showing that Altaïr's child another of Desmond's ancestors has just been conceived. After spending more time in the Animus 2.0, Desmond begins to adjust to his newly developed skills and becomes agile and an expert in the use of weapons Ezio learned to use. The last segment of Ezio's memories brings an astonished Ezio and Desmond to a futuristic chamber underneath the Sistine Chapel, where a hologram of the goddess Minerva addresses Desmond by name and through Ezio warns him of an impending cataclysm with the potential to destroy all life on Earth. Desmond is pulled from the Animus as Abstergo discovers their hideout. The team escapes. Desmond using the skills acquired from the bleeding effect to repel Abstergo's forces. Desmond enters the Animus while in transit, knowing Ezio and perhaps Subject 16 may have the answers they seek. Assassin's Creed, Brotherhood, Desmond, Lucy, Sean and Rebecca arrive at Monterigny, where the villain Auditor was located. They set up a safe house in the villa's sanctuary. Desmond re-enters the Animus 2.0 to discover the location of the Apple of Eden, one of the pieces of Eden obtained by Ezio. After finding the location of the apple through the Animus, Desmond and the others learn the apple is hidden under the Colosseum. The assassins find their way inside an ancient vault, where the apple is located. Desmond takes the apple and through it, Juno takes control of his body and forces him to stab Lucy, who is revealed to be a Templar agent. Her death is foreshadowed by Subject 16's message. Desmond passes out. He is returned to the Animus by William Miles and another assassin. Desmond falls into another coma. Assassin's Creed, Revelations. Within the Animus, Desmond finds himself in the Black Room, a safe mode area for the device. There, Desmond must find a memory that links him with Altaïr and Ezio so he can reintegrate his shattered subconscious and awaken from his coma. In the Black Room's Animus Island, he sees the consciousness of Subject 16 and often speaks with him about how to reawaken from his coma. While in this state, Desmond can hear the voices of his father, William Bill Miles, Sean Hastings and Rebecca Crane. After awakening from his coma, Desmond sees Sean, Rebecca, and Bill around him. His arm glows blue and he sees the apple. While in the Black Room, there are sequences where Desmond talks about his life and how he came to be in the hands of Abstergo. In Desmond Sequence 1, he expresses regret for running away from the farm, and also wishes that he could apologize to his family. In Desmond Sequences 2 and 3, Desmond explains his early life on the farm and the training he went through. He also describes his escape, which happened at the age of 16. He ran away into the Black Hills, before running into girls from Illinois who drove him to Chicago. After this, he moved to New York City. During Desmond Sequence 4, he talks of his life in New York, and the job he got at a bar. In the last sequence, Desmond Sequence 5, Desmond describes how Abstergo found him at age 25 and how much he regretted not taking his parents' warnings and training more seriously. Assassin's Creed 3 Desmond awakes from his coma. With the help of his father, friends, and his ancestor Ratonhnhaké copyright ton, he must find his way into the central vault and stop the world from perishing. Using the new Animus 3.0, Desmond begins to live another of his ancestors' memories, Native American assassin, Ratonhnhaké copyright ton, who fought during the American Revolution. Desmond is noticeably thinner and frail in the game. After he relives the life of Ratonhnhaké copyright ton and kills Warren Vidic and Daniel Cross, he finds the key to the secret door. Desmond opens the door and speaks with Juno. Minerva suddenly appears and tells Desmond that while they were planning to save the world, Juno wanted to use the machines and set in motion her plans of global conquest and return of the old order. Minerva warns Desmond that if he touches the pedestal, he will be destroyed and Juno will be released but the world will be saved. Juno shows Desmond how his divinity among the survivors of the catastrophe would end with the world going through another cycle of political and religious war. Desmond decides to use the device and save the world, believing it has a better chance fighting Juno. While Sean, Rebecca, and William exit the temple as Desmond touches the pedestal and releases Juno. He saves the world, but kills himself by releasing Juno. According to lead designer Steve Masters, Desmond's story ends in Assassin's Creed 3, what we unregistered trademark trying to do is bring some finality to Desmond unregistered trademark story. To actually wrap up what our unregistered trademark they opened and experienced with him. Creative director of the series, Gene Guston, said that Desmond is an important character in the Assassin's Creed series, and will be playing a large part in Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag despite his physical death, Desmond is still a powerful asset for Templars and Assassins. Shortly after Desmond's death, a sample recovery team from Abstergo is sent to collect his body and samples for the new Project 17. Desmond's DNA is stored in Abstergo Entertainment servers, where a crew of analysts are tasked with reliving his copied genetic memories and learning about his ancestors. One of them, the player character, is tasked with reliving the memories of Edward Kenway, Ratonhnhaké copyright ton's grandfather and a pirate, collecting enough data to lead the Abstergo to the Observatory, a First Civilization's temple hosting an advanced tracking device and several vials of First Civilization's blood samples. This allows Abstergo Entertainment to fund its operations by writing a movie about the golden age of piracy. The analyst steals and sends back to the assassins several recordings left by Desmond detailing his initial doubts of leaving the farm, his acceptance of the role he had been chosen to play and his love for his parents. Because Abstergo can now collect anyone's genetic memories without having to use blood-related analysts, Desmond's body gives Abstergo full knowledge about his family life. Film: Michael Fassbender announced he will star in and co-produce an upcoming film adaptation of the series, projected to be the first of several films. Initially thought to be cast as Desmond Miles, Ubisoft stated that Fassbender will play a new character named Cullum Lynch. Reception: Desmond Miles was voted the 20th top character of the 2000s decade by Game Informer's readers. He received mixed reviews from critics. PlayStation Universe rated Desmond one of the PlayStation 3's worst characters, saying, while voiced admirably by the ubiquitous Nolan North, unregistered trademark impossible to shake the feeling of pure monotony when stepping into Desmond unregistered trademark shoes when all you want to do is hop back in time and stab people in the face. References